In the heart of China, the Three Gorges Dam spans the mighty Yangtze River, a monument to human ambition and engineering. Located in Hubei province, this colossal structure has transformed the landscape, creating a reservoir stretching over 600 kilometers upstream. Its main goals: prevent devastating floods, generate vast amounts of clean electricity, and improve navigation for trade. The dam is the world's largest hydroelectric project, powering cities and industries while offering a cleaner alternative to coal. Yet, this titan's relationship with the river is a constant struggle, an ongoing drama between human design and the relentless forces of nature. The Yangtze's life and the dams follows the ancient rhythm of the monsoon, a cycle that has shaped the land and its people for thousands of years. The river is more than just a body of water, it is a living force, its moods shifting with the seasons, its power both a blessing and a challenge. From October to March, the dry season settles in. Clear skies stretch endlessly overhead, and the river's flow slows to a gentle pace. During these months, the reservoir behind the dam gradually fills, storing precious water for the months ahead. The dam's turbines hum steadily, generating electricity that powers cities and villages alike, providing a sense of stability and calm. But as April approaches, everything changes. The monsoon arrives, drenching the river basin with relentless rain. The Yangtze swells, its waters rising rapidly, fed by countless tributaries and mountain streams. The river transforms into a raging torrent, its currents fierce and unpredictable, threatening to overflow its banks and flood the land. In these critical months, dam operators face their greatest test. They must carefully monitor water levels, making split-second decisions to hold back floodwaters and protect millions of people living downstream. At the same time, they must release just enough water to prevent the reservoir from overtopping, a delicate balance that requires skill, experience, and constant vigilance. This annual cycle, gentle giant to raging beast, defines the dam's existence. The river's transformation is both dramatic and inevitable, a reminder of nature's immense power and unpredictability. Each season brings new challenges for those who work at the dam. Maintenance crews and engineers must adapt to changing conditions, inspecting equipment, monitoring data, and preparing for whatever the river may bring. Their work is never done, as the river's moods can shift in an instant. The dam's story is not just about water levels, but about managing the extremes of nature itself. It is a story of resilience, ingenuity, and respect for the forces that shape our world. The dance between scarcity and excess is never ending, a testament to the enduring relationship between humanity and the mighty Yangtze. With the arrival of the monsoon, the vast reservoir behind the Three Gorges Dam is utterly transformed. What was once a placid expanse of water now churns with energy and uncertainty, as the skies open and torrents of rain pour down from above. The river swells with a surge of muddy, nutrient-rich water, carrying silt and organic matter from thousands of kilometers upstream. This deluge is both a blessing and a challenge, nourishing the land but also threatening to overwhelm the dam's defenses. Flood control becomes a high-stakes operation. Engineers work around the clock, monitoring data and regulating sluice gates. They must hold back billions of cubic meters of water, carefully balancing the need to protect communities downstream from devastating floods, while also maintaining the structural integrity of the dam itself. But this process has profound effects on the reservoir's chemistry. The influx of sediment blocks sunlight from penetrating the water's surface, causing temperatures to shift and oxygen levels to fluctuate. Nutrients accumulate, setting the stage for dramatic ecological changes. The reservoir becomes a dynamic, unstable environment, where currents swirl unpredictably and new ecological battles begin beneath the surface. Microorganisms, plants, and animals must all adjust to these rapidly changing conditions. Life must adapt or perish as the food web is thrown into disarray. Some species thrive in the murky, nutrient-rich water, while others struggle to survive as their habitats are altered or destroyed. The act of controlling floods creates new environmental pressures, as powerful outflows from the dam reshape riverbanks and floodplains, eroding soil and altering landscapes downstream. The drama of the rainy season is not just about rising water levels, but about the hidden, often invisible changes taking place within the reservoir itself, shifts that ripple through the entire ecosystem. Each year, the dam's operators must navigate this complex, shifting landscape, making critical decisions that affect millions of lives and the delicate balance of nature. The struggle to manage both water and life is relentless, a never-ending challenge at the heart of the world's largest dam. The rainy season's nutrient surge fuels an explosion of cyanobacteria, blue-green algae, within the reservoir. These ancient organisms thrive in murky, nutrient-rich water, outcompeting other phytoplankton. The ecosystem collapses into a fragile state, dominated by a few hardy species. When conditions are right, cyanobacteria form harmful algal blooms, thick, toxic scums that threaten wildlife and humans alike. These blooms can cover vast areas, turning the reservoir into a hazardous emerald soup. The very measures meant to protect people from floods now create a new, invisible danger. Cyanotoxins produced by these blooms can cause severe health problems if ingested. The risk to water quality and public health is real and growing. The rainy season brings not just floods but a hidden biological menace. Harmful algal blooms ripple through the reservoir's food web, blocking sunlight and killing aquatic plants. As plants and algae die, bacteria consume oxygen, creating dead zones where fish and other animals can't survive. Fish populations suffer, many can't eat cyanobacteria, and toxins accumulate in their bodies, threatening the entire ecosystem. Biodiversity plummets, replaced by a fragile system dominated by a few resilient species. The reservoir, once a source of life, can become a death trap. Ecological services like fisheries are compromised, and the long-term challenge of managing these blooms grows. The dam's influence extends deep into the biological realm, far beyond water control. Maintaining a healthy ecosystem is now a central, ongoing battle. Climate change is intensifying the dam's challenges. Rising temperatures and more frequent heat waves create ideal conditions for cyanobacteria to thrive. Rainfall patterns are shifting, fewer storms but more intense downpours, washing even more nutrients into the reservoir. The risk of larger, more toxic algal blooms is increasing. The dam's management systems, built on historical data, now face an unpredictable future. Extreme weather will test the dam's limits in ways never anticipated. Adapting to this volatile new reality is now essential for the dam's survival. The Three Gorges Dam is a powerhouse, an engineering marvel that stands as one of the most ambitious infrastructure projects in human history. Located on the mighty Yangtze River, it's not just a dam, but a symbol of China's drive for modernization and energy security. Since reaching full operation, the dam has generated over 1.7 trillion kilowatt-hours of electricity, enough to power entire provinces for years. This immense output has made it the world's largest hydroelectric power station by installed capacity. By producing clean, renewable energy, the dam has replaced the need for burning hundreds of millions of tons of coal, significantly reducing greenhouse gas emissions and air pollution. Its 34 massive turbines work around the clock, delivering electricity to homes, factories, and cities across China, fueling economic growth and improving quality of life for millions. Beyond power generation, the dam's flood control capacity is vital. It protects millions of people living downstream from devastating seasonal floods that once threatened entire communities. The dam wall itself is a colossal structure, standing 185 meters tall, taller than a 60-story skyscraper. It stretches an astonishing 2,335 meters across the Yangtze, forming a barrier that is visible from space. Building the dam was a feat of logistics and manpower, requiring the movement of 134 million cubic meters of earth, enough to fill thousands of Olympic swimming pools. Workers poured 27 million cubic meters of concrete, creating a structure strong enough to withstand the immense force of the river. A 5-stage ship lift and lock system now allows massive cargo vessels to traverse the dam, opening up the Yangtze to international trade and transforming inland shipping routes. But the costs are immense. Entire towns and villages were submerged, and the landscape was forever altered. Over 1.2 million people were displaced from their homes, countless cultural and archaeological sites were lost beneath the water, and local wildlife habitats were destroyed, leading to a decline in biodiversity. The numbers tell a story of power and progress, of technological achievement and national pride. But they also reveal the sacrifices made, irreversible changes to landscapes, communities, and ecosystems that can never be fully restored. The legacy of the Three Gorges Dam is as complex and far-reaching as the river it tames, a testament to human ingenuity, but also a reminder of the profound impact we have on the world around us. Managing the Three Gorges Dam is a year-round balancing act. Flood control, power generation, and navigation often pull in different directions. In the dry season, high reservoir levels maximize power and shipping, but reduce flood storage. During the rainy season, water levels are lowered to absorb floods, sacrificing power and navigation. Every decision, every adjustment to the sluice gates ripples through the ecosystem, affecting water quality and aquatic life. The drawdown exposes mudflats, altering habitats, while nutrient surges fuel algal blooms. Operators rely on advanced models and forecasts, but nature remains unpredictable. The dam is a dynamic entity, demanding constant vigilance and compromise. The challenge is not just managing water, but stewarding the health of an entire ecosystem. The responsibility is immense and never-ending. The Three Gorges Dam faces a future of profound uncertainty. Seasonal rains are now understood as ecological triggers, not just water management challenges. Nutrient runoff and cyanobacterial blooms are persistent threats, complicated by climate change. Adapting will require new science, technology, and a willingness to rethink old strategies. The dam's success will be measured not just in power or flood control, but in the health of its vast, man-made ecosystem. The story of the Three Gorges Dam is a lesson in the unforeseen consequences of reshaping nature. Even our mightiest creations remain at the mercy of the natural world.